There is a specific look Cristiano Ronaldo gets when the final whistle blows on a defeat. You've seen it. It's not just disappointment, it's not just sadness. It is a look of physical pain. Most athletes are taught a very healthy lesson when they are young. You win some, you lose some. Learn from it and move on. It's just a game. Ronaldo never accepted that lesson. To him, losing isn't a part of the process. It is a glitch in the matrix. It is a personal insult. Teammates have echoed the same sentiment for 20 years, from Lisbon to Manchester to Madrid to Turin. They say that Ronaldo could win 3 games in a row, score hat tricks, and break records. But one loss, one bad performance, that would stay with him longer than all the victories combined. And this wasn't for the cameras. Some of his most volatile reactions happened when the stadium lights were off. So where does this pathological hatred of losing come from? Why did every defeat hit him so deeply? And why, even at age 38, 39, 40, does he still look like a heartbroken child when the result doesn't go his way? To understand the man, you have to understand the fear that built him. Ronaldo didn't grow up expecting success. In Funchal, Madeira, he wasn't the chosen one. He was the youngest child in a poor family. His father struggled with alcoholism. His mother worked tirelessly just to keep food on the table. Football wasn't a hobby for Cristiano. It wasn't an extracurricular activity. It was the only exit door. When he lost games as a child playing for Andorinha, it didn't just mean disappointment. It meant he was trapped. When he moved to Sporting Lisbon at age 12, leaving his family behind, that pressure multiplied. If he lost, he was average. And if he was average, he stays in Madeira forever. This is where the trauma of losing took root. It wasn't about the scoreline. It was about survival. He was mocked for his island accent. He was skinny. He was lonely. Coaches at the academy noticed something strange. Most kids, when they lose a training match, they laugh it off. They joke in the showers. Ronaldo didn't joke. If he lost a sprint, he demanded a rematch. If he lost a match, he went quiet. He would stay behind after everyone else had gone to the cafeteria, not to practice tricks, but to punish himself with work. Extra sprints, extra shots, sometimes tears. Not because a coach shouted at him, but because he expected more from himself than anyone else possibly could. He was terrified of going backwards. When he arrived at Manchester United, he was a show pony. He wanted to embarrass defenders. He wanted to nutmeg people, but he didn't yet understand the value of winning efficiently, until the losses started to hurt. There is a famous story involving Ruud van Nistelrooy, the team's star striker at the time. In training, Ronaldo was doing tricks, holding the ball, dancing around. Van Nistelrooy, who only cared about winning and scoring, screamed at him. He told Ronaldo he belonged in a circus, not on a football pitch. Ronaldo cried, but he didn't quit. That moment, and the tough love from Sir Alex Ferguson, rewired his brain. Ferguson used to say that after a defeat, Ronaldo reacted like a man possessed. After a loss at United, while other players might go out for dinner or check their phones, Ronaldo would retreat. He stopped looking at football as a performance art. He started looking at it as a war for efficiency. He would sit in the dressing room staring at the wall. Rio Ferdinand said he would arrive early the next morning, asking questions. Why did we stop pressing? Why did we slow down? If United lost, Ronaldo felt like he had failed, even if he scored.
Tears for Ronaldo.
To really see this mentality, look at Euro 2004, the final against Greece, Portugal, the hosts, the favorites. They lost 1-0. The image of 19-year-old Ronaldo sobbing uncontrollably is one of the most famous pictures in sports history. Whatever protective shell he had shattered that night. He realized that talent doesn't guarantee victory.
Manchester United.
Fast forward 4 years.
For European supremacy. Brown.
Moscow, 2008, the Champions League final against Chelsea. Ronaldo scored a towering header.
For Ronaldo!
He played an incredible game, but in the penalty shootout, he missed the penalty. He stood in the center circle, head in his hands, terrified. He thought he cost his team the biggest trophy in the world. When Van der Sar saved the final penalty and United won, Ronaldo didn't run to the crowd immediately. He collapsed face down in the grass and cried. Why? Because he knew how close he came to the other side. He knew the pain of losing was so unbearable that the relief of winning physically overwhelmed him. That night in Moscow changed him. He decided he would never leave the result to chance again. He had to become a machine. At Real Madrid, the stakes changed. It wasn't just about winning anymore. It was about dominance, and it was about Lionel Messi. Every loss to Barcelona wasn't just a lost 3 points. It was a blow to his identity as the best in the world. This is when Ronaldo became the Terminator. He stripped away the unnecessary dribbles. He became obsessed with numbers. Why? Because numbers are the only thing you can't argue with. If you score 60 goals a season, you reduce the probability of losing. But this came with a cost. His teammates noticed that after defeats, even friendly matches, he would turn cold. He would skip team dinners. He would stay in the gym until midnight. There's a famous moment after a loss where cameras caught him saying, We didn't die for this. That sentence explains everything about his time in Madrid. For Ronaldo, wearing that shirt required a willingness to suffer. And if he saw a teammate laughing after a loss, or swapping shirts with the opponent, he took it as a personal betrayal. He wasn't fighting the opposition. He was fighting the concept of failure itself. Nothing hurt him more than losing in the Champions League, but this is where his relationship with losing becomes a superpower. Most players are traumatized by big defeats. They get scared the next time. Ronaldo used defeat as fuel. Look at the pattern. He loses the semifinals. He comes back the next year and scores 17 goals. He loses the Ballon d'Or. He trains harder. The Wolfsburg game in 2016 is the perfect example. Real Madrid lost the first leg 2-0. Disaster. The world laughed. They said it was over. Ronaldo told his teammates before the second leg, "We are going to do this. I am going to score 3. And he did. He scored a hat trick. He dragged the team through by the scruff of the knee. He refused to allow the loss to become reality. He literally rewrote the script because he couldn't stomach the ending where he loses. This wasn't confidence. This was a desperate refusal to accept a reality he hated. Many people criticize Ronaldo for his attitude. They say he is petulant. They say he is a sore loser, and they are right. He is the sorest loser the game has ever seen. He never learned how to lose gracefully. He never learned how to let it go. But ask yourself this. If he had been a good loser, if he had accepted defeat with a smile, would he have 5 Ballon d'Or? Would he be the top goal scorer in the history of football? Ronaldo took every loss personally because football was never just a game to him. It was proof of his existence. It was the receipts for his sacrifice. Losing meant something was missing, and he spent 20 years making sure that nothing, absolutely nothing, was ever missing again.